Hello everyone, my name is Anggito Setiawan Aryansyah. I am from Universitas Ahmad Dahlan, majoring in informatics engineering, and I'm currently studying at the University of Edinburgh, spending one semester in here thanks to IISMA. And in here I study 4 different courses. The first one is called Programming Skills for Engineers, and then there's one called Programming and Data Analysis, and then it's called Our Changing World, and the last course is called Global Change. So the first time I knew about IISMA is from one of my lecturers, Miss Devi Pramudi Ismi, but actually it's kind of like late because I knew about it like 2 weeks before its deadline, and then I haven't got any IELTS test before, so it's kind of like a little bit rushed. But unfortunately, I'm able to do the IELTS test and got around 7.5 score, which is enough for this program. Then for the other difficulties is during the visa process, because I'm from Jakarta. I have to go to Jakarta to get the visa done, and then after that we need to wait for a couple of weeks, maybe even like a month for the visa to arrive to us. But yeah, thank God that my visa is accepted and I can finally be able to go here to study in the University of Edinburgh. So the first day we got here, we need to do a quarantine in a government designed hotel because Indonesia is currently on a red list. Therefore, we need to do like a 10-day quarantine. So after we finish quarantine, we move to the accommodation. Mine is fortunately near the main library, so it's not that far from the campus. But yeah, so for the cultural difference, I think it's maybe the food, because it's Europe and there's some like halal food, but mostly it's like non-halal, so I need to be more careful about it. And then also the weather, it's very cold in here because it's the fall semester. And then maybe more about the like the whole student culture thing is also very different. So students in here like spend a lot of time inside their dorm and the library. They study really hard compared back in Indonesia, but also they know how to have fun, most importantly. Every like Saturday night there's gonna be like a party somewhere in the flat, so it's kind of like pretty surprising for me because I never experienced any of European student culture. So yeah, my first impression in here is for the studies really different from Indonesia. It definitely way harder than my study back in Indonesia, but also the lecturers are like more helpful towards their student. They won't hesitate to answer the students' email if they have any questions, so that's like a really good thing. Also, for the difference with back home is that maybe it's again like the lecturer in here is like way more active towards their student. They love to answer question from their student even if it's outside the study hours. So that's, I think, it's really different. And also about the student itself, I'm not used to like go to library for hours back home, but in here apparently like every single student, after they finish their classes, they go straight to the library and to study. That's something that's really surprising to me because I never really done that before. So yeah, probably that's what I'm gonna change for back in Indonesia, is that the lecturer itself needs to be more active and more helpful towards their students. So yeah. So what I learned after finishing this IISMA program is that I get to learn about new cultures in here, because in Scotland it's a very diverse country, so I get to learn many cultures, and then basically just meet new friends from over the world, and then knowing how the teaching style in here, which is very different back in Indonesia, and then also just exploring the country, exploring Scotland and the neighboring city as well, like Glasgow and Dundee. So yeah, it's been a very enjoyable experience for me to be able to participate in this IISMA program. And yeah, I guess that's it. I am officially IISMA biased because after studying in here for 1 semester, I get a lot of experience, a lot of friends as well, a lot of connection from the professor in here, and then I also experienced a lot of stuff that I've never experienced before, like in Europe, and also challenging myself to become more mature and become better in the future. Be bold to go abroad.